Speaking of round ball action, it is that time of the year. The Holiday Classic will run through 26th through the 30th at a bunch of different venues. It is the elite holiday basketball tournament of its kind, and we welcome the man who not only thought of it, runs it. Coach, 28th year?
28th year.
28th year. Before we get to that, your thoughts about Gonzaga Aztecs? Is that going to be a one-sided game?
No, I think it's going to be a very good game. I think the Aztecs are going to be really up for it. I think they feel like they've got something to prove, and I think they'll be very competitive.
You know, I know kids whose dads take them skiing over the holidays. Instead, you just host a 76-team coach. Did you think it was going to be this big?
No, I didn't. Each year, more and more teams request to come, and we have to do our homework on each of them. And this year, it worked out to be 76.
Can your family even enjoy Christmas?
No, we don't. This is a runaway locomotive, and it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Wipe out your Christmas, right?
It does, it does. But I get a lot out of it. I mean, I can't tell you how many people come up to me during the tournament and thank me for the environment that they're experiencing and the talent that they're seeing and how they look forward to this every year.
So teams want to play. You don't have to sell teams on coming. Is it? To me, the pressure would be keeping it at an elite level.
Yeah, it's hard, but we're getting better and better teams every year. More regional teams are coming, and we have some great regional teams coming this year.
Funny you should mention that. It's a segue into this piece of video. I think our first team is, watch the monitor. This is Fairfax.
Yeah, Fairfax.
Talk about them until they switch out.
Sure, two-time champion, 2 years in a row, great guard play. One of the premier teams in the state of California and the country.
They're out of L.A., and also out of L.A., I believe coming up is Westchester High School when the video switches out. How good this is Westchester.
Yeah, Westchester's a premier team. One of the best teams historically in the state of California again. They've reloaded this year, always competing nationally. Fantastic players over the years that have gone there. So they'll be one of the teams, along with Fairfax, that have a chance to win the national bracket.
And then the New Yorkers, Archbishop Stepanek?
Stepanek, yes.
I learned something. That's a bishop. That's an actual person.
It is. Was an actual person.
Yeah, it was an actual person.
And
how good are they?
Very good. They were in the finals last year in the New York City Catholic League. They returned all their starters, a premier team from the city of New York. I
should have built a separate graphic because the biggest night of the tournament for folks living here is opening night, right? You know,
the 26th, we've started this tip-off classic that we've been doing the last few years, and it's been really successful. We have 6 of the top 8 teams in the county playing this year. At 5 o'clock, we have La Jolla Country Day playing Mission Bay, and then we have Torrey Pines playing Saints at 6:30, and at 8 we have Foothills Christian, who's going to play Mater Dei Catholic.
Did you ever consider Foothills Christian and St. Augustine?
No.
That nerve's a little raw right now, right? All right, so we have on your website, there's a list of great players that have played the tournament. We were talking about it in our Facebook chat. Which players in the tournament this year, we took a guess, are going to be in that conversation down the road, starting with this kid right here, O'Neal.
Yeah, Shaquille O'Neal's son, Sharif, one of the top 20 players in the country, has great skills, has learned a lot, obviously, from all of the years being around NBA players, more skilled than Shaq was at the same age.
And Grimes from Woodland?
Grimes, top 10 player in the country. Fabulous player, could be a one-and-done kid from Texas, Woodland College Park High School.
And then the local kid who made headlines by switching schools late in the career.
Tayshaun Cherry, another kid that's ranked in the top 20 in the country, is already committed to USC. Fabulous talent.
You know, I can't help but notice let's talk a little bit about the transferring.
Sure.
As a coach, you can't like it, right?
No, obviously I'd love to see kids stay all 4 years at their local high school and enjoy the high school experience and have great friends and memories that they'll have for a lifetime. But that's my personal opinion. You know, obviously each family and each kid's situation is different, and I'm not going to be critical, but I like the 4-year kid.
So, which brings us into this question. It used to be public schools versus private schools. The private schools had an unfair advantage over public schools. Now the private schools are chirping about all the rise of the academies, and now it's like a 3-headed monster. No prep schools in the tournament this year.
No, it is a high school tournament. And
is it that could be that way going forward?
Probably, although a few years ago we had a prep division and it was very well received, so I'm not against it. It's just traditionally been a high school tournament.
So, is there a solution to that, the rise? Or is high school basketball going to get wiped out by the rise of academies?
I hope not. That would be terrible. I know it's happening in other sports where kids soccer aren't allowed to play in the high school sports anymore. They have to play for their club team or academy team, and I would hate to see that happen. But
propose a solution. Is there one?
Not that I know of. Obviously, the kids that decide to do that feel that they have a chance to make a big payday someday in the NBA. And they're going to try to find the best place for them to prepare them for that day.
So when a coach gets say he gets a set of twins by the name of Pope, and they come to his school and they are lightning, they make the team the #1 ranked team in the county, is that coach always worried that someday their phone's going to ring and they might not be on his roster when he needs them most as seniors?
I don't even think about that. I love the Pope boys.
Talk about them. I mean,
yeah, Bryce and Michael. Yeah, Bryce and Michael are both juniors. They're both fabulous players. Both starting on our 10-0 #1 ranked basketball team. Great kids. They've grown up in the area. They've gone to Torrey Pines basketball games their whole life. They've been watching this tournament their whole lives since they were little children. No, I don't ever think of that.
Say LeVar Ball had another son and he wanted to enroll him at Torrey Pines. How would a Coach Olive handle a LeVar Ball in his orbit?
I have no idea, Paul, how I would handle that.
I can't see that going well, Coach.
No, I don't think so either. I've been really blessed. I've only had a few parents over the years ever really want to sit down and question how their son was being used. So I'm very blessed that I don't get a lot of those questions. But I don't know how I would handle LeVar. Thank God I don't.
Yeah. Hey, here's a story I want to open your eyes to. This is a program, we promised you yesterday at Castera that we were going to have a full version story on this kid, the Nason sisters from Horizon Prep, Jasmine and Jade. Why is that a significant story here in San Diego? Because they're girls playing on the boys varsity team. Jasmine is the starting point guard. We talked to her today. Take a listen.
The options were to try boys basketball, and we decided to take it up, and why not give it a shot, because basketball has always been in our lives and we really enjoy it. Some of the other guys just want to steal the ball from you and block your shot, but most part they give you weird looks, but then they're comfortable with it and they respect you.
The opportunity presented itself and my sister and I decided to take it because we figured why not? We love the sport, we love to play together, so might as well go for it.
So how does the coach react to that? That's a cool story, right?
Courageous, I would say. Those kids are courageous. God bless them. If they could play at that level and produce at that level, that's what it's all about. I tell my kids all the time, be productive and you'll get on the court.
All right, we're going to throw the graphic up full screen one more time. Coach, sell some tickets.
5 different locations. 26th is our tip-off classic in the evening. 27, 28, 29, 30 are the brackets. The national division will be played at Torrey Pines High School. Very reasonable prices, and you can buy all tournament passes. Please come out and support local high school basketball.
Can I ask you a couple NBA questions?
Sure.
Alonzo Ball, is that, already the national media is chirping that maybe the Lakers took the wrong kid?
I like Ball. I don't know if he'll ever be a great scorer. I don't think he thinks of himself as a great scorer. He doesn't have the mentality that to score, but he's always going to be a floor leader. He's always going to be an excellent point guard. He's always going to make sure others are getting better around him. He reminds me, and a lot of people have said this, of a Jason Kidd over the years, and Kidd had a pretty good, productive NBA career. One
station's going to be at least 50 of your games.
Let me see. Which one could that be?
Which station is that going to be?
I think it's KUSI.
On that note, we'll end our conversation. Coach, we wish you another successful tournament, and we wish you all happy holidays. We'll be back again tonight on the ASR. We have 6 prep basketball games. Huh?
Fabulous.
We're already making the transition. Speaking of transitions, we go back to our anchors.